Hey guys, hopping on. It's been a minute. Yet had an epiphany today and a revelation and wanted to share. So I was doing something, as usual, if you want to dive deeper, I talked for a little over 5 minutes, not quite 6 minutes, in the Facebook group. Link is in the description. So if you join the Facebook group, we'll dive much deeper than this. However, just high tops of this conversation. I was in the middle of doing something and realized I was in a lot of resistance. So what is resistance? Resistance is when you're resisting something. So it's, you don't want to look at something, you don't want to deal with something, you don't want to face something, you want to avoid something. That's resistance. You're procrastinating, whatever form. You have distractions, you're creating a very busy world so you can't look at something. That's all resistance, right? You're in resistance to something. And I was, if you don't know, I'm going through a divorce. I was putting together all of our assets, dividing by half, putting together all of our debt, dividing by half, and figuring out what goes to who. And so I was in a lot of resistance, right? I'm angry about this. This shouldn't have been this way. It wasn't my fault. Why am I the one doing all this? So I was kind of going into this like angry pity party, right? And old me, I'll just push through, right? I'll just force my will, force my way, and make it happen. But I find that when I do that, I'm very depleted and exhausted. So yes, I can absolutely do it. It does cost me because it takes a lot of energy for me to do that. And so it's like, okay, let me try something different. And I like to see it as a lazy river, right? When I'm in the flow, it's like I'm in a lazy river and I still have to move around to avoid hitting other things, but everything is flowing and propelling me forward. When I'm working against flow, which is working through the resistance, I feel like if you're walking the opposite direction of a lazy river where it just takes a lot more energy, you can do it, it's just harder to get there. So I was like, okay, instead of me forcing my way, what if I did something different? And then I just took a break and nurtured the crap out of myself and loved on myself and the part of me inside that's angry and this is unfair and it shouldn't be this way. All those parts of me inside that are just angry, giving them space, like feeling those emotions, letting them come up so that I can let them go. Allowing myself to like have my little toddler inside of me stomp my feet and, you know, little like punch my hands on the ground, or I didn't actually physically do that, but you know, the part of me, just allow that part of me to express itself however it wanted to express itself so that I could let it go. Then did stuff I love, like played a video game on my little iPad, my big iPad, it's not like my phone, watched a funny show, ate some food that I love, like then did things that I really enjoyed, and the universe is funny, got a phone call from someone. So I was able to have a great conversation. And after all of that, it's like the direction of the lazy river or the direction of flow changed. So now it's actually behind me, propelling me forward versus me fighting against the lazy river or fighting against flow. So just giving myself that 3 hours, all of a sudden I was able to sit down without the anger, without the this is unfair, without all of that, was able to sit down. Okay, I trust myself to do this. So I'm deciding to take leadership in this. And I had made that decision. So I've decided to be the leader in this. So let me sit down and just do the math and just figure it all out. And was able to sit down without any anger, without any resistance, just work through it like I'd work through anything else that I do. Not feel bad, and was able to get it done pretty quickly and then email it to him. So a different way of moving through resistance is instead of fighting it, instead of, you know, going the other direction of a lazy river and forcing your will, what can you do to nurture yourself? What can you do to love yourself and nourish yourself so that you can change the flow, experience the negative feelings so that you can release them, so that you can change that flow, and then all of a sudden the lazy river is propelling you forward towards your goal. So just a different perspective. Again, if you want to go deeper, join the Facebook group, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.